Trading the foreign exchange market carries high risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Trading on margin, utilizing leverage can carry an even higher level of risk that can lead to a complete loss of investment funds. So before deciding to trade the foreign exchange market or using any of our software alert products, you should carefully and diligently consider your personal investment objectives, level of experience, and risk tolerance. There is a possibility that you could potentially sustain significant loss. You should not invest any capital or trade that you cannot afford to lose. It is your responsibility to be aware of and understand all risks associated with foreign exchange trading and to seek professional advice from an independent certified financial advisor if you have any doubts. Auvoria Prime does not exercise trading authority over your trades. You and you alone exercise discretionary trading authority over every trade.
Today, we're talking specifically about how to switch from another product that some people have maybe potentially been using, and maybe they want to safely switch to GearBox. And we're going to talk about how to handle that, how that situation works out. And the first thing we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to make sure that we have here our account that's logged in with open trades from whatever previous product it was we were using. If it was one of the ones compatible with GearBox, such as the Einstein or Alexander line. It can also manage your trades for you, as you see here. But what we would go ahead and do is make sure we're logged into that specific trading account. And then we're going to get into talking about the GearBox setup and what works and what doesn't. So again, here's a list of pairs we're seeing right here to the side. And I'm just going to make this a little bigger for us real quick. And what you can see is there's pairs in yellow. The pairs in the yellow have actually been the worst performing pairs. They're the pairs you're going to typically want to avoid. They have the highest drawdown possibilities and unpredictable trends often, whereas many of the others here respect a lot of the entry and reversal signs and strategies and fundamentals. And what you can see in the green are also our best performing pairs, which have been forward testing and having a lot of success. And we have a lot of data to back that. Now, you can choose to run all the ones in green and all the ones in white. Note the ones in yellow could do great for you, or could also potentially get you in, a larger trending move. Now, what you're going to do though is then decide which pairs you want to go ahead and run here. And in which case, I'm just going to start typing in some different pairs and go down the list. And there's other ways to do this. One of the other ways to do it, which is, we'll actually just do it this way. It's easier for most people and most brokers. We're going to go here to the Market Watch window. We're going to right click and we're going to hit symbols. We're going to click symbols here. And then in symbols, depending on your broker, you'll be able to see all the different currency pairs. And what you can do is just go down the list and highlight the ones that you do want. So AUD CAD we see is okay. AUD CHF, no shot. AUD JPY, no. AUD NZD is okay. AUD USD is okay. CAD CHF, it's okay. CAD JPY, nope. CHF JPY, so far it's okay. Euro AUD is okay. Euro CAD is okay. Euro CHF is not on our, actually this is on our list. Euro GBP is not on our list. Euro Hong Kong's not there. Euro NOK, nope, nope. Euro NZD is not here either. Euro USD, okay. GBP AUD, okay. GBP CAD. GBP CHF isn't on our list. You could run it if you wanted. GBP NZD, GBP USD. We got NZD CHF. And again, you can run less of these if you want. You can run just the best performing ones. Just know that GearBox doesn't take a lot of trades. You're not going to instantly see it take trades if you're using our precision modes. And then once you have those different currency pairs loaded in, you're just going to go ahead and close this. Now they're all right here, and we can just go ahead and chart window. Now, I'm only going to open USD JPY on this because we have open trades still that are open from our previous product. Otherwise, it's one of the worst performing pairs. So, you should tend to avoid it. So once you get out of the trades from it, you can close it. But we're going to go through and just go in and open up all of these pairs. We're going to chart the windows. All right, now we have all the windows open. We're going to want to switch the time frames on them to the daily time frame. So you're going to click each chart here, and the daily time frame is going to be the best time frame for the most accurate long-term entries. You can definitely get more trades with a lower time frame, such as the H1 or the H4, but if you want it to be conservative and highly accurate, you're going to want to put them on the daily. And I'm going to look at the comments here in a minute. I'm just switching these all over here to the daily for us. Great question. I see from SRI, he said, if a pair is not on your list today, but it is there in an open trade in my account and currently in a loss position, would you still open that chart? What I would do, SRI, is I would open that chart, let it finish that trade. It depends on what the pair is, right? If it's a pair that you randomly opened, you're definitely going to want to, look at that. But if it's something, such as like Euro GBP or a normal major or minor, I would just open it and then on the chart, pause new trend so it can finish that sequence and get out. Dilip said, hi, Tyler, thanks for improving GearBox every week. Question, if I take a manual position, how can I make it managed as a part of an existing sequence by GearBox? There's no way to pick up manual trades right now, as it could become dangerous if we added that. That's going to always be more of a, you're doing that on your own when you take manual trades. All right, let's check the Q&A real quick. And yes, this recording will be available and posted. So we're going to get into the next step. You have all your charts open. They're all in the daily time frame. These are the ones that are not in yellow added here, unless you have an open trade from one in yellow, in which case just open it for now and let it finish, but pause new trends. Now we do need to add one more pair here, and we're just going to type it in. We're going to run GearBox on gold, but we're going to add gold. And we're going to open the gold chart. Why we're going to do this is because we're going to install the GearBox manager on the gold chart. And what the GearBox manager is going to do is it's going to control all of these charts. And you're going to see what I mean. But what you need to first do is come in here and change a few settings. Depending on your account size, if you're going to be using precision modes, which I'm just going to hit OK for a minute so I can educate on the manager. If you're going to be using precision modes, you can go anywhere between 0.01 per 1K to 0.01 per 3K, depending on how conservative you want to be. If you're using intraday modes, which again, we're not educating on that right now. And if you want to learn about it, there are videos about it. Right now, I'm going to teach you how to use precision because it's the safest and it's the most efficient strategy. As instant entry and skip a level are very similar to a traditional strategy many of you might be coming from, and you're looking to get that more precise entry or opportunity to secure more profit with less potential drawdown, which comes with precision modes. So short to say though, if you're using precision modes, 0.01 per 1K to 0.01 per 3K. If you're using over a $25,000 balance, I would decrease to 0.01 per 2K or 0.01 per 3K. As for intraday modes, 0.01 per 3K to 0.01 per 5K, always. But we're going to get in and we're just going to set our lot size and say we're using sniper mode. Sniper mode is the most efficient. It's what most people really like a lot. And then our max pairs trading at the same time. If you have over $1,000, you can do 3 pairs of trading at the same time. If you have under $1,000, do 2 pairs trading at the same time. If you have under $500, do 1 pair trading at the same time. And those are my rules. And I wouldn't trade more than 3 at the same time. If you want to trade 4, you can. But in the current market conditions, 3 is really where I would call the sweet spot right now. And starting lot size this week is really volatile. So if you're brand new, I would go this week 0.01 per 2K. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and put a 0.07 or something right here, 0.06 or 7, based on my balance, basing it on USD dollars. And from that point on, I'm going to go ahead and just hit OK. I set my lot size. I set my max pairs trading at the same time. The only other thing you could really change is which take profit you want. I'm a big fan of ghost trades plus real trades. You know, that's my big favorite. And then you could change your notifications or drawdown. One thing I do want to touch on is called balance protection mode. If you're having open trades, balance protection mode will not close your trades if you're in more than 25% drawdown on the strategy you're switching from. It'll just keep you from opening any new trades. So you can see your max equity risk is 100%. This means it's right now it's not going to close your trades out at all. Your balance protection at 25% won't close trades. It'll just stop taking any new trades. So if you wanted to take new trades and you were over 25% drawdown, you'd increase that number. These are notifications of drawdown so that you can get those if you want. The only other thing that you should potentially do if you want is you could change your stop loss settings. If coming over from the previous product, you did not use stop losses, it will not put a 500 pip stop loss on your open trades. This will only apply to new trades, but still, just to be safe, you could increase this to say 1,000 for now if you were using it without any stops and maybe in some higher potential drawdown with your open trades. And if you have open trades from, say, the Einstein or Alexander line, it's going to go ahead and continue to manage them just how it would have if you continued to run that product. Just once you close out of those trades, it'll start to use the new strategies and settings to trade for you with the new precision modes. But now that you hit OK, you applied your settings, you're just going to put auto trading on. You're going to want to make sure, though, you also check your boxes here, right? So go into the common, make sure your boxes are checked under the GearBox Manager and common. You need to make sure these are all checked. This is highly important. I'll say this again. Make sure this is done. You click the smiley face, you go to common, make sure these are all checked, hit OK. And next, you can go ahead and apply your strategy. I'm going to apply sniper mode. I hit use strategy, and now GearBox is applied to all of my charts. So you can see just like that, I now have GearBox on every single chart, and it has the same entry settings entered for me as the sniper template. So if we go over here and we're looking at GBP NZD on sniper mode enters on gear 7. All right, and if we look here, it's saying gears above 6. So it's entering on 7, and after Wednesday, it'd be entering on 8. And it's got that all programmed in there based on the strategy you chose. And just like that, you now have GearBox applied to all of your charts. I'm going to check the chats here. I see a great question. He said, which 3 pairs can we use on a 2K account? Well, hey, brother, you can use all of these pairs that you see listed here. Just the software itself will limit what pairs can take a trade by your max pairs setting, right? So on a 2K account, you can trade 3 max pairs, but you could have all of these currency pairs open that you see right here on the screen, right? So if you want to take a screenshot, you could have all of these open. I would not use USD JPY though. That one I only have open because I have an open trade from it. So ignore USD JPY, put a big old X on that one if you took the screenshot. And other than that, you can run these and just use the manager and use 3 max pairs. Somebody said, are there any pairs you would avoid trading for the upcoming week? You could avoid running Swiss franc and USD pairs if you really wanted to. They've been trending a lot more, and this is NFP week and OPEC JMMC. It is a very volatile week. GearBox does not run gold, Richard. I know you see gold right here. This is GearBox Manager runs on gold. Now, you could get GearBox to run on gold, but not with any of these settings. You would have to customize the settings a lot more. But if you get into our EA Academy and you understand GearBox, you could easily make it work on gold. I'm not educating on that right now. Somebody said how to find ghost trades. Well, the ghost trades you'll see on the UI. So if you go open a currency pair, you'll see right here, I have a ghost gear buy 0 on Euro USD. So right now I'm in a ghost trade there. Anytime you see a positive number, you're in that trade, right? So here buy -1 means no trade. Sell 0 means level 0 CAD CHF trade I'm in right now. Would GearBox pick a trade in opposite direction on the same currency pair on which it had taken a trade last week? I'm not sure I'm understanding your question. GearBox will take any trade that meets its entry requirements that are set inside of it. So, if it was playing both sides of the market in the Ghost server, yeah, if you could have been in a sell and that closes and now you end up in a buy. Absolutely, that can happen. It happens all the time because it's playing the movements of the market. Great question. Somebody said, if I don't want any new trades in my drawdown 60%, what happens if I had balance protection? I'm sorry you're in 60% drawdown coming from a previous different product and maybe settings you were using. Just for the record, I want to show people this, not that account. I'm going to show you guys that account, but let me. Hold on. There it is. So this was my Einstein account. Hold on, I have to click the link. Oops, no, I don't want that thing. There we go. You can see that it took some losses as well, just to show somebody in Einstein. But its drawdown never got too high. It took it like a champ, even with EJ, USD, JPY, and the movements that happened. Definitely wasn't ideal, but that's why GearBox is so powerful, right? Because GearBox is trading where most softwares are getting into drawdown and taking losses, which are these earlier entries. GearBox is skipping them and totally just getting sniper entries right before a reversal. The best thing I could explain is the precision modes inside of GearBox makes GearBox more like a reversal software. It's looking to basically ghost trade the trend. So it's still counter trend trading, but in the ghost server. And then it's looking to actually take a trade at the end of the trend to catch a quick reversal. That's really what GearBox is looking to do. No, GearBox trades purely on trend. There's no background signals, which it acts upon and considers. You're in full control based on your time frame and the triggers within the software itself and what it wants to do. Somebody said, last week I switched to GearBox and didn't see a trade for the last 5 days. How do I get settings reviewed? Hey, brother, sometimes that'll happen, especially if you're using the daily time frame. There's times where GearBox won't see a trade opportunity. I saw a buddy of mine, his first week got no trades, and then the next week took a ton of great trades. It really depends. There's definitely weeks that you may possibly not see a trade. The easiest way to verify everything's working, though, right? I'm going to go show you guys. Is you're going to want to go over to the experts tab, and you're going to be able to go and see. Hold on, I need to go higher into history. Let me find something here. I need to go. You're not going to see it because it's weekend, but once the weekend, the market opens. So right now you're not going to know if it's working because the market's not open, but right here, you would see something saying modifying ghost trades, opening ghost trades, modifying ghost trades, opening ghost trades. So once the market's open, at 2 hours after market open, by the way, so around 7 p.m. Eastern, 2 hours after market open, as it does wait 2 hours, you'll start seeing it say opening and modifying ghost trades, opening and modifying ghost trades, and you'll see that under your experts tab. If you see that going on and you also see a positive number somewhere right here, you see auto trading on, and you see a smiley face right here, then you're good to go. You see the smiley face, you see auto trading, you see status trading, you see a positive number in one of these sections, and you see stuff here that says modifying and opening ghost trades, you're set up. Just let it do its thing. Those are the things to look for. If a pair is not on your list, best, worst performing, could we still use it? I wouldn't recommend it, being we have no data on it. maybe more specify what pair is it you're asking about. Because that's a silly question to ask. Because if I said yes to that, somebody's just going to go try and run GearBox and like US 30, metal, stocks, just a bunch of random pairs. And the truth is, I wouldn't do that. GBP CHF, you could run it. Yeah. It's going to take a trade the same way it would on GBP CAD. It has the same program here as GBP CAD. So you're going to look at like a Gear 6 entry, which is really going to be if GBP CHF went 300 pips with no retracement, you're going to go ahead and take an entry on it. Is pretty much what it's programmed to do. Somebody said, can I trade with only $250? Absolutely. Is it going to be profitable on the monthly fee? No, but I will show you just to show you, what can happen. So let me log in here. Here's a $250 account I've been running since August. It hasn't blown. It's doing 10% a month. It's definitely not making the monthly fee back, but hey, it works. I'm just allowing one max pair trading at the same time. I'm scanning all 25 majors and minors on that list, right? And now I'm eliminating JPY pairs, but I was scanning all of them. It's taken 50 trades. It's won 82% of them. It's got 1,300 pips. It's very slow, but hey, it works. Yeah, you could do it. Like I said, it's just not going to make the monthly feedback. I'm not seeing any more Q&A. Did you guys have any more questions for me while you guys have me on the line today? Or do we want to just take a look at some of my FX books? Here's somebody with $154,000 in GearBox. You can see that they actually originally took 40,000 all the way to 56,000 and then deposited another 100,000 recently. And they've been growing that as well. They are up $27,000 profit since November with GearBox. Pretty incredible, doing about 10% a month. Can you please take us through an account switch from Einstein to GearBox from scratch? I did. I did that at the beginning of the call. So if you joined late, I went through the entire process of you're logged in your account from Einstein and you just set up GearBox. So that will be in the recording that, will go out later. Does the settings change if we reboot the VPS? The settings do not change if you reboot the VPS. But what I tell everybody is every week, the best thing you can do is just always go ahead and look and make sure that, all of your charts are open that you want to be using. So make sure all your charts are open, GearBox is loaded on them. And every week, I would just always just go hit the button again and reapply my strategy. It's just a habit. I would tell everyone every week, it's just a good habit to go reapply your strategy if you make any changes. I'm not sure I understand your question about does GearBox also put counter trade if a trade is not going in a favorable direction? If you mean a hedge, it depends on your time frame. GearBox can also, I've seen it end up in trades both ways. It can do it. Somebody said my drone is already below 25% across 3 pairs. I'll have to make the switch tonight. Quite a common scenario for a lot of people. I'm in. Any recommendations? Above 25%, he says, sorry. Yeah, you can go ahead and you could increase that balance protection mode if you want to potentially take another trade. Or you can just let GearBox currently manage your existing trades. If you hit any stops or anything happens, it'll take profits as needed and just, kind of manage your current scenario. But again, if you want it to be able to take any new trades, you would have to increase that setting. And Breach, yeah, it can have trades going both directions. So it can hedge, yes. Is there some special hedging feature to it? No, but it will hedge if it wants to. Can I tell? Bobby said, Tyler, I guess this gentleman's asking this question, is a leverage change in Australia? Well, yes. Also, if you are in Australia, your leverage changes in 2 days, I believe, for new trades. So in that case, I would definitely leave the balance protection and just let yourself wean out of those trades until they swing back in the other direction. Could it take a month? Possibly, depending on how bad you're in. Some trades you might be in, but I would tell you that the best thing to do in those scenarios, since you are having leverage change and you can't really take new trades, is I would just, do it absolutely that. But if you don't have your leverage changing on you, then you can increase that setting. Absolutely. Mal, no, I mean, you can switch straight to GearBox. It'll manage those trades the same way it would have managed them for you on Einstein. It has the full compatibility. So I'll give you an example here. You can see USD JPY had a sell trend level 6. That was an Einstein comment. And then you see it took sell gear A level 7, which was it picking up that Einstein trade and taking the next level for me. So GearBox is compatible to pick up those trades and manage them. I do not see any more stuff going. How did you get the comment column? Great question. If you go here and just right click, you can just click comments and you'll be able to see the comments and what level those trades are. No, if you are coming from Einstein, again, any stop losses you already have are hard changed. You can't change them. Even if you change the stop loss setting in GearBox, it won't change any open trades you already have. It'll only apply to new trades. But I would, just to be safe, if you had no stop losses in Einstein, I would just increase the default stop loss for now to 1,000, if needed, if you weren't using any. It's reckless, but if you weren't using any, that was reckless in itself. How can I see my FX book? If you don't have one set up, you can set up a my FX book for your account. Or if you mean different accounts I'm showing here, tons of different accounts. I mean, I'll show you also my 10K account. This is my 10K account. I've been running since August, and it's now up 75%. Pretty incredible. Only on 1 in 300 leverage on that one. It's 183% of trades it's taken, got 7,000 positive pips. No, stop loss will not apply to existing trades. The way the current stop loss stuff's programmed in GearBox is it only will apply to new trades. I'm just saying, to be safe, it's always wise to just increase it. But it shouldn't apply, and it won't apply. But it's always better to be safe if you can change it later if you need to. I would just say until you get out of potential open trades. Does anyone else have any other questions for me today? You guys got me at your disposal. Let me know how I can help. I'm here. May the trades be in your favor. I love that. It's a Steve Vetero thing. May the trades be in your favor. Absolutely. And a lot of times with GearBox, they're going to get to go in your favor. Could just take a little while, right? You see, through time, average trade length's 8 days. So there's times trades open and close the same day. There's other times, like I said, I've been in a trade setup for a month before, 2 months actually, once on one currency pair. So, it can happen. But just know that GearBox, it performs and it does a great job in really volatile market conditions and great market conditions. It's really designed to withstand storms and also be able to perform in the best scenarios as well. And we're going to continue to make it better every single week, as we always do, and continue to make advancements to make this one of the most impactful products that you guys could possibly use, and we'll continue to work day in and day out to make it better for every one of you. But any other questions for me? And if not, then I'll look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. Remember that I do my Thursday intraday call, my Friday precision call, and we'll be doing one more of these switch calls next Saturday. And if we decide to extend them and continue to do them, we'll go from there. But for now, we have on the books one more weekend of these switch calls coming up next Saturday. So anyone you want to get on and help see these calls and have a smooth transition, let's make sure that you get them on the line for next Saturday as well. And like Seydou said here, may the trades be in your favor. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your, depending where you are in the world, good morning, good evening, and for me, soon to be good night. I see one more question before I go. What's the difference in pausing auto trade pause function? So if we go to the software, you'll see that there is a pause new trends button. So pause new trends means it'll finish a trade sequence and continue to take the new trades it needs to finish it, but then it will not allow a new sequence to be taken. That's what pause does. Whereas pausing auto trading entirely will stop taking any new trades or even making modifications if it needs to. Whereas balance protection will stop taking any new trades, but will still allow modifications of trades. So that's why balance protection is by far my favorite setting, because it gives you a lot more control. Somebody said, any recommendations of broker choice? I can't recommend or refer any brokers. I can just tell you who I personally use. But again, I can't recommend or refer anyone. I would get with your sponsor or some other guys in the chat, see who they're using because of the leverage change. For me, I have a great A-book broker I love and I use, and that's about it. But with that being said, everybody, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and have a great weekend, everyone.